In this video, it's my pleasure to be conducting an interview with Michihito Kageyama. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what you'd like to see in future videos, so I can work on that. And I appreciate your super thanks. These small donations help me continue to create the high quality content that you enjoy. And with the membership feature, you can get exclusive access to the most popular videos. My book, Backgammon, Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is also in the description. Again, in this video, it's my great pleasure to be conducting an interview with the world-famous Michihito Kageyama. For those who are familiar with backgammon, he needs no introduction. One of the best players in the world for a very long time from Japan. He has written many books, outstanding accomplishments, a top giant and a Grandmaster. Welcome, Michy.
Hi, Alex. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. It's a pleasure to see you. How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good.
Good. And now you're back in Japan, right?
Right. After my 3-month trips, yeah, now I'm in Japan, Osaka.
Very good, very good. We'll talk about that. We'll talk a little bit about a lot about backgammon. I'd like to start with a little background biographical information, if I may. Where are you from originally?
So I was born in Kochi, which is a local city in Japan near Osaka.
Okay, and you grew up in that area.
Exactly.
Okay, and then what did you do? After school, what did you do?
Oh, so I studied metallurgy, which is metal engineering, at the Osaka Prefecture University.
Oh, good. And what did you do after that?
I didn't use what I learned, nothing.
And yeah, I know you're not married, right? And you don't have children, right?
No, that's correct. Yeah, I'm single, no kids.
That's why you have time to travel so much.
Exactly.
It's
That's my
it's
advantage.
it's hard for me. I know I was talking with you the other day, and my children were running around in the background and I couldn't hear
Yes,
you.
yes. That's also sweet. I like it.
Yeah, yeah, children are good. Some of my favorite times are when they're asleep. That's good because then I can get some sleep too. Uh, yeah, so now you just play backgammon, right? You don't have like another job right now.
Exactly. Yeah. Backgammon is my job.
What was it before? What were you doing before you did backgammon professionally?
So I worked at a company for 9 years.
Uh-huh. And that was not in metallurgy.
No, not at all.
Uh, so how did you get into backgammon originally?
Okay. So I have three uh, opportunities. The first one was when I was 14. I found a backgammon board at a department store. It's just a coincidence, and I was very curious. I bought it because it's just $10,
Mhm.
and I didn't know what is backgammon, and my friend didn't know as well. So we started playing backgammon after reading the rule book, and we found it's a boring game, so we quit. That's my first experience. The second experience was when I was 17. I at a bookstore, I found a backgammon strategy book, and I was surprised. What? Oh, does backgammon have a strategy?
Mhm.
I started reading, and I found, wow, it's interesting. So I bought it, and I finished reading it in one day.
What book was that?
It's a Japanese book.
Japanese book.
And I believe it is based on the book Backgammon by Paul Magriel.
Ah, very good. Yeah.
Yeah. So these two books has lots of similarities, but
Mhm.
not the same. Yeah.
And there was a third one.
The third one was okay. So after I entered the university, I started playing backgammon a lot. So I taught backgammon to all my friends, everybody. Yeah. And many of them said, wow, this is an interesting game. Yeah. So I played lots of backgammon during while I was at the university. Yeah. Yeah, but after I graduated, I stopped playing.
Mhm.
So the third opportunity has come when I was in New York. I
Oh,
was like 30 years old, and it was my first trip abroad. And I haven't played backgammon for long years, but I found there was a chess and backgammon club in New York.
yes.
So I I opened the phone book because at that time there was no internet.
Was that the Mayfair Club?
No, a chess and backgammon club. That's
Oh,
the name.
that was the name. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I visited that club and asked the manager, I want to play with the strongest player of this club.
Yes.
And he introduced me player. His name is Ron. I think Ron means dragon.
Ah.
Yeah. So anyway, I played cash game, and of course I lost, but I really enjoyed it. Yeah, and I found three books at the club, which I've never seen. So I asked the manager uh, to to get it. Yeah, I wanted to buy, but he answered, "It's for the club members. It's not for selling." But I asked again, "Oh, hey, I'm a visitor from Japan, and I will not have any opportunity to get these books. So this is my only chance." And finally, he sold these books to me.
And what books were those?
Written by Kit Uzi,
Ah.
like so Kit annotated the match
Uh-huh.
between uh, two giants like Mika Ridov, Philip Marmorstein,
Uh-huh.
so famous player at that time.
Was that Reno 1984 or that was something else?
No,
It was a
no,
different
no.
one.
The book title was two players, like
Right.
Philip Marmorstein versus Miko Lidov. That's the title of the
Right.
book.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen that
Yeah,
one. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Joe Sylvester. Yeah, blah blah blah.
Joe Sylvester. Right, right. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
those ones.
Hmm.
Good.
Yeah.
And you
So
learned.
since then, I was fascinated by backgammon.
Yeah. So we're talking a lot about backgammon. What do you have any other hobbies or interests other than backgammon?
Not much, but I can say I like sci-fi.
Sci-fi, like movies or
Yeah,
books?
movies, novels. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Good, good. What did you find that you enjoy so much about backgammon that you became so interested in it?
Uh, because of software, I can say. Yeah. Uh, so yeah, at that time, which is more than 20 years ago, I didn't have a strong player around me, but I had s- I bought software.
Oh,
Yeah.
which one did
So
you start with?
expert backgammon.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And then jellyfish, then snowy.
Yeah,
Yeah. So software helped me a lot.
yeah. How did you find that you improved the most? Was it from books, software, playing, or what was it for you?
Software by far.
So that's a good point because I always tell people, now we have XG and I tell people,
Hmm.
it's really important to learn from XG. But one of the most common questions people ask me is how do you learn from XG because it does not speak to you? So how would you
Hmm.
answer that question?
Oh, I just uh, uh I just try to find the reason. Yeah. So at some position, I chose play A, but software said play B is much better. So I started thinking why play B is much better. I tried to find the reason. That's what I did.
That's good. You're a
And
very strong player. Yeah.
yeah, and I always try to mention the reason with the phrase, with
Yes.
sentence. Yeah.
So that's
Otherwise,
good.
I cannot use the idea over the board. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So my first book opening concept has lots of proverbs, and
Mm.
all proverbs I
Yeah.
use all those proverbs over the board.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a book.
Yeah. It's a good book. Yeah. I really
Thank you.
like your proverbs.
Hmm.
When you have students and you're teaching people, how do you recommend that they improve to read the proverbs, or what other things do you have?
Oh, let's say if uh review. So reviewing, yeah, study the same thing many times. That's the key. That's the most important. So if you are new to the backgammon world, probably you learn, you memorize everything you learned. But maybe 6 years later, 1 year later, then you cannot memorize everything anymore. At the
Right.
beginning, it's very easy to memorize, understand everything. But after 1 year, now you already knew lots of things. Then uh, studying uh, extra thing is not easy.
Right, right. I agree. I think, for example, it's very easy to memorize all of the opening roles,
Hmm.
but then you do the second roles. And, one of the things when I started learning myself is I started using software. At that time, it was Snowy. And I
Hmm.
said, okay, if I want to learn something, I want to learn something that's common. So the most common position in backgammon is the opening position because it occurs in every game. So I thought,
Hmm.
okay, so it's important to start to study the opening position. So you can memorize the first role, but then go into the second role. That's why I think this book, Opening Concepts, is so valuable to people because it talks about that, and that happens in every game. I remember I was studying the second rolls. So, for example, one of them was a 6-4 on the second roll. And then I looked at the point making numbers on the first roll. So, for example, a 3-1 makes the 5-point and a 4-2 makes the 4-point. Um, so, in response to a 3-1 with a 6-4, you're supposed to run, but against a 4-2, you're supposed to make the 2-point, right?
Hmm.
That's where it kind of started for me, and then I thought to say, okay, why? And that's where I went from. But the software helped me a lot.
Yeah. So my point is reviewing is very important. So let's say one my student uh, okay, I give 1 hour lesson every week, and what he does is he after he took the 1 hour lesson, now he review what he learned. He always does that 5 times. 5 times he reviews. That's what he does.
Wow,
Then he understands everything.
that's good repetition.
Yeah, yeah. So without reviewing, without repetition, people cannot understand. People cannot remember.
And you're an outstanding teacher. You give lessons, right? If people are interested in lessons, do you give lessons?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
And is that mostly people in Japan or everywhere?
Uh, the funny thing is, I have no Japanese students.
Oh, really?
Zero.
That's okay. So if someone who's watching the video is interested in getting lessons from you, how should they contact you?
Yeah, sure.
What's the best way to contact you? Email or?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Email is the quickest and the easiest way.
Okay, so I don't think I have your email, but I'll put it in the description. You can send it to me.
Yeah, sure. I will.
Good. So I know I was speaking with Mochi, and he said maybe 20 years ago there weren't a lot of people playing backgammon in Japan, but now there are many more people, right?
Yeah.
So how do you think we can get more people playing backgammon in Japan and all over the world?
Using SNS, internet. That's the key.
Internet,
Yeah.
like these kinds of videos, or like on these servers like Backgammon Galaxy or Heroes or social media, or what are you referring to?
SNS. SNS is social media.
Oh, social media. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. There's a lot of people like on Facebook, for example. There's
Hmm.
a lot. And I feel like there's a lot of YouTube videos, and we'll talk about your YouTube channel. Like
Yeah.
that's really good.
But I have to mention that young people don't use Facebook anymore.
I know. I know.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no young people, unfortunately. So we should use Instagram, yeah, TikTok.
Yeah. I do Instagram, TikTok, not so much. But maybe that's a good way. I see
Yeah.
we have, you were in Los Angeles, and there was an event. We weren't able to go because it was far. But they have these social clubs that everything they do, all their marketing is on Instagram. And
Hmm.
we have a group, we go twice a week, and my friend Patrick Gibson has been running it for 40 to 50 years. We get like 20 to 30 players, probably 90% men, and most of them are in their 60s or 70s. So I go to this club, they get more than 100 people, and they're all in their 20s and 30s, and 50% of them are women, maybe more than 50% of them are women. So you're definitely right
Mm.
with the young ones. Yeah, yeah. So okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about the your recent world trip, and I had some pictures I wanted to share
Okay.
from when you were here in Los Angeles. Okay, so this is the cover image, but I wanted to go through some of these pictures. So this is an interesting picture, and this was a very good story. So
Yeah.
I think do you want to tell the story, or should I tell the story?
Yeah, sure. So you found this restaurant and you told me the name of the restaurant is Michi. So we have to go. And yeah, luckily we had time in LA when I visited there. So you kindly took me to there, and we found the restaurant is was closed.
Because it says open right over here, and there's a person
Yeah,
inside.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I remember.
yeah.
So we took a taxi 20 or 30 minutes, and then we saw it was closed. So you said, at least let's take a picture, and then we came back.
Yes,
Um,
yes,
but that was a good tournament. I really enjoyed having you. These are some of the other pictures I
yeah,
remember. This is the picture. You got a copy of my book, and I got you to sign your books.
yep,
That was
yeah.
really
Your back
fun.
game book.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to look at it yet? You've been busy traveling.
Sorry, not yet. Yeah, but
Not yet.
yeah,
You've
yeah.
been traveling
I
a
will
lot.
enjoy reading it.
At least read the title. This is when you were playing against one of the players here, Alan Tish, and this is your beautiful board with the no-no on it, isn't it?
Oh yes, yeah. My board has no. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah,
I
and my
remember
friend presented it to me.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember when I first saw the character No-No in your first book, Opening Concepts. I was very familiar with No-No. Do you know why? Because No-No is my wife's favorite word. She always says no to me.
Is that true?
Yes, yes. See, this is what you don't know because you're not married.
No, not yet.
And this was a match.
Maybe next year I will understand what you said.
And this is a match you played with my good friend Hans Ghaffari, who really enjoyed it. And I don't know if you can
Yeah,
see, but you were playing against Marty Storer and Kit Woolsey.
exactly. Yeah, we had a very good opponent. Yeah, we enjoyed the match.
Yeah. And then uh, this is when we did the exhibition match. We did you gave a seminar on the 5 point match, which was outstanding. And that was another thing that happened. I was
Yeah,
recording it, and then after 5 minutes I saw it wasn't live streaming it, so I recorded it on my computer, and then we had it for later. But then it was a pleasure to play against you with the exhibition match.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It was a
that was
nice match.
yeah, it was a good match. I still remember that double three that I missed going from 13 to 1.
Wow, you have a good memory.
Sometimes I remember things. Okay, so that was that one, but I wanted to also give you the opportunity to talk about the rest of your trip, because you took a very long trip to play backgammon.
Yeah,
You came to Los Angeles. Tell us about all the places you went to and what you enjoyed,
yeah.
please.
So I started from Chicago, and
Hmm.
then New York, and then LA. I met you.
Hmm.
Then Florida, uh, Jamaica. Yeah,
Hmm.
they had a tournament.
Yeah.
And then I came back to the USA and visited my cousin in North Carolina. So my
Oh,
Japanese cousin lived there.
okay.
Yeah. And then I left the USA and visited uh,
Canada.
Montreal in
Canada,
Canada.
right. With
Yeah.
Ryan Rebello, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they took me very well. They took care of me very well. Yeah, Ryan Level and his father and Gary. Yeah, they are so nice.
Yes.
Mhm. And then I flew to the Europe. My first stop was Oslo in Norway.
Yes.
Yeah, and then there, Dagfinn and Marianne, they
Yes.
also took care of me very well. Yeah, and I played lots of matches with Dagfinn and other players.
Dagfinn Snarheim.
Yeah, mhm. And then we challenged the team world championship in Stockholm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We did our best, but yeah, we couldn't make it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but at least uh, a Japanese guy, Tatsuya Tanaka, went to the final of the
Yes.
individual tournament. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm. Then in the next stop was London. There I played with Oliver Squire and Justin Newell.
Justin, oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So they trained me very well.
Okay.
Yeah. Now then, of course, World Championship in Monaco.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. I tried to be a world champion, but I couldn't make it. Yeah.
Soon, soon. There were some good matches there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my final stop was Aachen in Germany.
Ah, Aachen, Germany. That's right.
Yeah, they had a new event, Backgammon Festival.
Yes,
It's
Marcus Reinhardt.
exactly, yeah. He did a great job. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So that was what, like 3 months or something?
Yeah, yeah, 3 months trip. It was
Wow.
my longest trip.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah,
It's like,
I had so many stuff.
yeah, yeah. It's like, you want to see the world and you get to do it and play backgammon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, backgammon is beautiful. Backgammon gave me so many nice opportunities.
Yes, I feel like, now with the internet, uh, I've had the opportunity to meet you in person also, but on the video, and a lot of people from all over the world that I otherwise wouldn't have had the chance to meet.
That's right. Yeah, it's amazing world, amazing age.
It's a game that brings a lot of people together.
Hmm. Exactly.
I remembered. you knew Falafel before he passed away, right?
Hmm.
I remember one time he did something. I don't think you can do it right now, but one time he had a tournament between the Israeli people and the Palestinian people to play against each other, and it brought a lot of people together. And that's what you can do. Not right now, but backgammon does
Yeah,
bring a lot of people together.
yes, exactly. Backgammon can unite people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, all the things that you do a lot of things. So I have to express my gratitude and appreciation. Thank you so much for all the things you do. Not only are you one of the best players in the world, of course, but you do so many things. You travel, you go meet people, you say hello, you write books, you give seminars, you teach, you do a lot. It's a lot of work. So thank you very much for that.
My pleasure. And I also enjoy that.
Yes, it's good when you enjoy what you do. They say you never work a day in your life, right?
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. So we talked about that. That was a pretty good trip, it sounds like. And now they have all these rankings, like the BMAB, the Backgammon Masters
Hmm.
Awarding Body, and they have this, that, and then you're of course one of the top grandmasters. So what do you think, what were the things that you did to get to from like maybe a good player or an average player to the grandmaster level? What are the things that you have to do?
Oh, so your question is it's a general question for everybody who loves backgammon.
Yeah, or how did you do it? Either one.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
so mine was very simple. I played against the software, or I played against a human, and I analyzed my matches by using software. And so, let's say in chess, sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, and probably when we win, we did well, and when we lose, we did badly. Very simple. But in backgammon, it's very tricky. Even though we won, but maybe we played horribly. We never know. So that's the reason it's very difficult to improve backgammon skills. Therefore, software helps me a lot. So software helps me what checkup play is good, what cube action is good. So we can find, yeah. And then, of course, as you mentioned, software doesn't say any reasons, but we have our brain. So we yeah, we can we try to find the reason.
Yes, I
Yeah.
play on software a lot, and
Hmm.
I think most people don't play against the software as much as I do or you do,
Hmm.
and I do it all the time. And for me, when I play, I don't care if I win or lose. I don't even remember what if I win or lose, but I learn.
Wow.
Like if I can remember that double three that I should have played 13-1, I remember these things, so I learn. And I would rather play a match where my PR is better than win the match because I don't really care about winning or losing because if you play a better PR, ultimately you're going to win more matches.
Hmm. Yeah. So PR is a nice measure, which how a player understand backgammon.
Yes,
Yeah. Maybe we may have another measure, but so far, PR by software is the best measure
I
to
think so.
see to find a player's backgammon skills.
Right, right. One of the things that I do on the software is like what you discussed. So I don't understand the position. Well, I look at the wins, I look at the gammons, I look at the backgammons and the losses and all those things. And I modify the position too. So like I might move a checker here or there and then think about, what happens. So if that changes, maybe it'll help me understand. And I use like the dice distribution tool to see what are all the possible next outcomes. I tell people, backgammon is very similar to life. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but you can prepare your assets. You can move your checkers in one place or another to give you the best possibility of winning, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I like your expression.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. It's
Yeah.
like one of your proverbs.
Mhm.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
speaking about your proverbs, I wanted to talk a little bit more about your books. We mentioned the opening concepts, which was the first one, and then you wrote the second one, which was the endgame technique, which I have here.
Yeah.
And then this third one was actually very good too. I was recommending it to someone, the back checker strategy. I don't know if you could see,
Hmm.
yeah, you could see it there now. Um, so let's talk a little bit about your books. What made you want to start writing books about backgammon?
Oh, you asked me about my next book,
Oh, well, we'll
or
talk about your next book, but why did you start writing your first book about backgammon and second books? What
oh,
inspired you?
yeah, actually, because uh, so backgammon book taught me what is backgammon, and backgammon has lots of strategy. As I mentioned, when I was 17 years old, I found a backgammon book in Japan. Yeah, that was my start. So yeah, it's like I I got a lot from backgammon book. Now it's time to I give it back.
Give it back, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's outstanding. You've really given a lot because you look at like some of the books, like the book that I wrote. It's very technical. Like there's a lot of math in it. It's very complicated, but your books are very simple. Anybody who doesn't even know how to play backgammon can read the book and learn. The first one you wrote about opening concepts, and I think that was a good one to do, and people enjoyed it. So how did you select the topic for the second one, the end game technique?
Actually, I first wrote them in Japanese a long
Ah,
time ago. Yeah,
really?
yeah. So, so basically, I translated Japanese version into English, but of course, I changed a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's not a simple translation.
Right.
Yeah, but basically, I has yeah basic body in Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and so opening and end game are the beginning and the ending, which is very important for the game. Yeah, uh, the opening position we always see the same position, especially opening row response. So it's very nice to understand them. And then about the end game, which is bearing in and bearing off, it's very important to win a single game or to win gammons. Yeah, that's the key to get many points in one game.
and then the back checker strategy was the third one, which is in the middle.
Exactly, yeah. And I want to say, some people or lots of people told me, is that book is about back game? No, 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 no. It's not about the back game. It's about the back checker. Back checker is people say backman. Yeah, it
Yes,
is about the backman. How to handle backman.
right, right. I don't know if you know, but before I wrote my book on back games, I wrote a book about opening games.
Oh,
Did
I
you know
didn't
that?
know that.
It wasn't published. I never published it because, there was this one, Bill Roberti wrote one, there's a lot of good stuff and it was very similar in content. So
Mhm.
I didn't need to do it. But the reason why I chose the topic for my book of the back games is because there was never really a book about that because it's very complicated.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I know in your book you have this character Nono. You tell the proverbs and you use a lot of like animals. So tell us about all of that, please.
Oh yeah, actually, so all my books have no a character, and that idea came from my co-author Roland Herrera.
Roland Herrera.
Yeah, so he had an experience when he was young. He read about the uh, book about the computer, and that book had lots of cartoons.
Mhm.
So he had the experience. a book with a cartoon is very nice. It's easy to read, easy to understand. Yeah. So the idea came from Roland. Michi, is it is it possible to have cartoons character in the book? And I said yes, sounds good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he drew all his all the nono by
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's an artist.
Yeah. I see. I see. Like maybe I can show one. That's a no-no. I don't know if I could see it. Uh,
Oh, it's not easy.
no, it's not easy to see it. It's a secret. You're gonna have to buy the
Yeah.
book to see the no-no. You have it?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe I can show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a
Oh,
little blurry. It's a little blurry.
uh, oh no, not great. I'm sorry, it's not great.
Ah, here. I have it. I have it actually.
Oh,
Here.
okay.
Here. Up here is the no-no.
Oh yeah, yeah, we can see.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so that's the no-no. And what about the proverbs? Tell us about the proverbs, please.
Actually, it's quite simple. I made up all those proverbs just by myself, just for myself. So I
Oh,
wanted to learn backgammon. So I want to understand backgammon. So all those proverbs just came up to for my understanding. So I use all those proverbs over the board, and then I wrote a book for others.
yes.
Yeah,
And you use a lot of animals, right? Like double tiger is very famous. Tell us
yeah.
about that.
Uh yeah. So okay. So if proverb is very very how I can say, if we have animals, I feel we feel familiar. Yeah, yeah. It seems interesting. Yeah, it may be easy to understand. It is easy to memorize. That's the
Yeah.
reason.
So everyone knows the double tiger and the double falcon.
Yeah,
We'll talk about that position.
yeah,
So yeah, that's fantastic. And I know
yeah,
we were talking
yeah,
about you have another book coming.
yeah. Yes. Oh, by the way, Alex.
Yeah.
So yesterday, do you know Chat GPT?
Chat GBT, yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he surprised me yesterday. So I asked ChatGPT, what is double tiger in backgammon? That's my question. And he answered me. He answered correctly.
Really?
Can you believe that?
Wow. These things are getting very smart.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that.
I think they may use like some of this software to create a stronger backgammon program, possibly in the
Mm-hmm.
future. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So that was the double tiger in the opening concept, and then we're going to look at a double falcon that you discuss in the back checker strategy. And
Mm-hmm.
then you gave a seminar about the topic of your next book. Tell us about that, please.
Oh, yeah, sure. So the title will be a doubling cube in a 5-point match. So it will be my first book describing doubling cube. Yeah, and it's not a general doubling cube idea. I just focus on a 5-point match
Yes,
because in a match, the normal strategy is not applied.
right.
Yeah, yeah. A point match requires a very specific thought process.
Yes.
And
So,
because generally when we join the tournament, we always play a match. So we have to understand the match score. We have to understand the cube action in a specific score.
right.
So that's the reason. Yeah,
It's very important. We play our tournaments once a week or twice a week, and then before it we have chouettes, and after it we have chouettes. But if you do your doubling situation, doubling cube decisions the same in a match as in the chouette, you may make some big errors.
Exactly. They are very different.
They're very different. I remember you came when you were in Los Angeles. I really enjoyed your seminar on this topic, and I remember maybe we can tell the viewers about one thing. I remember you were talking about a 2-point battle versus a 4-point battle. Tell us about that, please.
Oh, yeah. So, okay. So, basically, we want to double. And then after we double and we win a single game, we will get the 2 points. So I said it's a 2 points battle. But in some position, we will have a very good chance to win gammon. So we double and we win gammons, then we will get 4 points. So in that case, I say that's a 4 points battle. So distinguish 2 points battle and 4 points battle. That's very important in a cube action. We have to realize, we have to understand what the situation is. And if we double, then it will be a 2 points battle or 4 points battle. That's crucial.
That's very important. I think it's going to be an outstanding book because a lot of people play the matches. I know it's very difficult to do these books, but do you have an expected publication date?
Mhm. Oh yeah. So
Uh-huh.
in LA, it was in June. Yeah. At that time, I said the book will come in November, this
Yeah.
November.
Yes.
But now I found it's very difficult.
I know. I know.
Yeah, maybe next January.
Maybe
I'm sorry
maybe
about
next
that.
year. Maybe next year. Okay. Well, if you need any help, let me know. I can help you with that.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I did.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of videos like on match play, and I did one of the videos was actually like 2 hours long about doubling decisions in a match play. I'll send it to you so you could see it. But
Wow.
it's similar. I think, it's very important how far you are away from the goal of five
Hmm.
points or whatever it is. That's very important to understand.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So you do a lot of the books. I wanted to also discuss something else you also do. In addition to the books, you also make a lot of videos on YouTube, and I have your YouTube channel here. So I'll put a link, and you made many, many videos, like 300 videos. So
Wow. Really? I didn't realize that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you
Wow.
enjoy making the videos?
Yeah. Especially this year, I try to publish a video every week. That's
Yeah.
what I'm trying.
It's very difficult. I mean, like, what I did is like I started about a year ago, and then I said I'm gonna do one video a day.
Hmm.
So like
Wow.
five in one week. So, I do like short ones, but sometimes I'll do longer ones, like this interview. I do a lot of matches, like I was telling you, I did a match, and these are very, very instructional because you go through and you talk about the matches that you played. What
Hmm.
what is the feedback that you've received about your videos? What do people like about it?
So especially I talk when I play an online match while I was playing, and I I honestly say everything what I am thinking while I'm playing. Yeah, so maybe people like that.
Yeah, I think so. I do some similar ones. I play mostly against the XG, so I play like backgammon. I play matches against XG, and I do something similar.
Hmm.
And after it, I go through and I analyze it, and it's educational both for me and for the viewers. So this is great. What you're still trying to do one a week?
Yeah, yeah,
It's a lot of work.
it is. But
Yeah.
my sister helps me a lot.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
She's good with the video and things like that.
Um, Not really, but she's trying. Yeah, she makes a thumbnail. She edit a
Oh,
video. Yeah,
yeah. The
it's
thumbnails
a
are really
great help.
important. Yeah, it's beautiful. I know. Nowadays, like a 10-year-old child can make these videos.
Wow.
My son, he's 9 years old, and he has a YouTube video channel about his music. He plays piano.
What?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
I'll show it to you one time.
Sure. Yeah.
Uh,
Wow.
so very good, very
Mm.
good. Okay, there was another one that we'll go to here. Um, so this is a position, you know, when I interview the top players, one of the most interesting things is to talk about a position. So this is a position from your book, Back Checkers Strategy. So this is a money game. You're playing the black checkers at the bottom against the white checkers at the top. The cube is in the middle. This is the position. You have two back checkers on, you call it the butterfly anchor, and two back checkers on your opponent has on a 23 point, and you have a 6-4 to play. So tell us about what you discuss in the book about this position, please.
Okay, honestly, I don't remember what I discussed in the book, but with my fresh eye. So first, I want to make the 4 point. Yeah, feeling the 4 point is very strong. After that, we have the best possible 4 point board. I call it the Olga. So making the 4 point itself is great. However, it has a big downside, which we lose the 8 point and we give the opponent a direct shot. Any sixes, 5-1 and 5-3. So 15 shot. It will be a big
4-2 also.
problem. Yeah, because we are ahead in the race.
Right.
Yeah. So when we are unsure about the position, race will be a very good compass, a lighthouse. So we have to think about running back checkers. Especially we have a butterfly anchor. The nature of the butterfly anchor is first we want to make, but after that we want to leave. So here, a 22-16 is a very good option. Is a 6. But how about the 4? Actually, we don't want to touch any checkers on our side of the board, plus midpoint, because there is no block. So after we play a 6 from the 22 point, then 4 should be also played from the 22 point. So 22-16, 22-18 will be a very good candidate when we are ahead in the race. We give the opponent a triple shot, any fours, any sixes, any ones. But hitting with ones is not a disaster because white will lose the 8 point. So it will be okay. And mostly white only hit one checker, not two checkers. So because of the race, leaving the anchor must be the best choice. That's my analysis. That's my understanding.
So this is what it is, and this is
Yeah.
the correct choice. It's 22-18, like this, and that results in this position.
Yeah.
The second best play is coming out and playing the 4 there, resulting. And then after that, everything else is a blunder, like making the 4 point, like you mentioned. It makes, you call it the orca?
Yep.
It's a shark. What do you call it when you have the 5 point board? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Do you have a name?
No, I don't have.
I thought that was orca, but this one is orca.
Okay.
Okay. So there's this one, but it leaves the blot. Oh yeah, it leaves the sixes, 5-1 and 5-3. That's right. And then the 6-4, this is also a blunder, like this.
Yeah.
And yeah. So that's it. I think this is a very good position that we selected for this video because a lot of players would find it difficult to make this play. So there's a lot that you can learn. And this one was in Back Checker Strategy. So I highly recommend like all of the books. But that one is very good. That was the one. I think I told you. I like the cover of that book the most.
Oh,
The cover.
okay. Yeah,
Let me pull
yeah.
it up and
It,
you.
it's astonishing. It's unbelievable.
You said somebody
So
made it for you.
yeah, actually, my backgammon friend, he's Mexican. He drew it. Yeah, yeah, and strangely, he didn't show me the draft. He just told me, believe me, it will be a very nice cover. So I was a little afraid of that,
Yeah,
but I believed him, and finally I found what amazing cover.
yeah, yeah. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And the content inside is even more beautiful than the cover outside.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that book has lots of new ideas, and those ideas also helped me over the board recently.
Yes, yes. Now, this one we didn't, I don't think we mentioned, but this one you call Double Falcon, right?
Oh yeah,
Why is it called Double Falcon?
because that checkup play, I left my anchor, 3-point anchor, and I left two blocks in the opponent outfield. Then I have the image. Two falcons are flying in the sky.
Yes. Yes,
I
yes,
have the
that's great.
image.
So that's what you called it. And
Yeah.
for the people that haven't read the book, why is the 3-point or the 22-point anchor called the butterfly anchor?
Uh, yeah, because in the early stage of the game, we want to make that anchor. Yeah, that's for sure. But in the middle game, then we often leave that anchor. So the anchor has a little strange nature. First, we want to make. Second, we want to leave. So that changing. Uh, uh, I found the similarity with a metamorphosis
Yes.
of the butterfly.
Yes. Yes. I love the names you give. Double tiger, falcon, butterfly. There's one you call the Kirin point, right?
Yeah.
What
Mhm.
is that?
Oh, Kirin point. So first of all, Kirin is a imaginary animal from China,
Hmm.
and if maybe someone knows Kirin beer from Japan,
Yeah.
the symbol of the Kirin beer is the exact that's Kirin,
Uh-huh.
Chinese imaginary animal, and uh, yeah, and Kirin point is another name of the 20-point anchor, which is golden point, but only when the opponent has made the 4-point. That's a
Oh,
condition.
oh, it's only when there's the 4 point, so you're ahead of that 4 point.
Yeah,
Uh,
opponent has a 4-point, then the value of the 20-point is sky high. We really want to make it.
yes, yes. I
So
saw,
it's even more important than the usual golden point.
right, the golden point, that's the 20 point. That's what Paul McGreal called it. I saw a position, I think yesterday. You know, excuse me, you know my friend Phil Simborg, right?
Hmm.
He
Yeah.
puts a lot of positions, and there was one yesterday that he put where you can make the 20 point or the 4 point with
Hmm.
with a 4-2. And the opponent, and it was an early game, the opponent had a checker on your 5 points. So
Hmm.
so I noticed that, and I saw, if you make the 4 point and then he anchors on the 5 point, the 4 point is not that strong anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I decided on the 20 point because that's a long-term asset.
Hmm.
So good, good. This was very good. We talked a lot about a lot of different
Yeah.
things. What do you have, for example, in the future? What are your plans for the next year in terms of backgammon?
Actually, it's not a short term objective. So I want unite people through backgammon. That's
Wow,
what I want to do.
it's a good goal.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't say everybody will enjoy backgammon. Maybe some of them.
right.
I'm not sure. Maybe 10% or 20% people will enjoy backgammon. But first, I wanna show backgammon to everybody all over the world, and then maybe 10% of them will like backgammon, will enjoy backgammon.
Yeah, and you're certainly doing a lot of that. You're traveling all over the world, you're writing books, you're doing videos. So that's fantastic. I think right now in the world we need more things to bring people together
Right.
because there are too many problems in the world and we want people to be happy. I think, backgammon, I told you we were talking about this, backgammon is a game. The most important thing is to have fun, and if you can have fun with different people, it's very good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah.
good, good. Well, it's been very enjoyable having with you, learning about all of these things. Do you have any other final comments before we conclude the video?
Oh, Alex, I also appreciate what you've been done for the backgammon community, backgammon world. Yeah, you did a lot, and you also helped me a lot in LA in June.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
My pleasure, my pleasure. As you said, if it's something that you enjoy, you do it more. And I had a lot of people that inspired me, like you with your YouTube channel. And I think it's very important. I didn't mention this, but I noticed the players from Japan, like you and Mochi, other people, that very, very professional and you never get mad, you don't yell, but a lot of people are emotional when they play. But I think it's part of the Japanese culture to be very respectful. So, I think that's also very good. Whenever we have a guest coming in from out of town or from anywhere, you try to accommodate them and make them feel welcome, and that just improves the experience for everyone. So it's like really me saying thank you for coming all the way from Japan to come visit us because you gave us a lot. You gave us the seminar. We played the matches. We had a lot of fun. We went to dinner in the restaurant that was closed. But even that was a good experience, It's a good story.
Exactly.
So great. Okay. Well, thank you very much for joining me on the video. I really appreciate it. Hopefully, we can make some more videos later when you have a moment to do like a match video or a challenge video or something like that. I do that a lot with many players. The most difficult thing to do with someone like you is organize it because of the time difference. Because you're in
Mhm.
Japan and I'm in Los Angeles, but
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we have 14 hours different time different, or maybe 16.
16 hours. Okay, so it's like 8 hours the other way. So
Exactly.
yeah, but hopefully we can do that. I would enjoy that very much.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So thank you very much to my good friend Michihito Kageyama for the interview. We'll go ahead and conclude the video. Thank you to the viewers for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what you'd like to see in future videos so I can work on it. I appreciate your super thanks. These small donations help me continue to create the high quality content that you enjoy. And with the membership feature, you can get exclusive access to the most popular videos. Again, my book, Backgammon Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And I will put links to where you can get Michy's books. If you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email, and I'll put Michy's email in the description. I look forward to seeing you in future videos. And until then, keep rolling your dice.